Hey everyone, we all know and love the Minions, those tiny yellow goofballs from Despicable Me. But there's a lot more to them than just bananas and chaos. From their secret language to their original creepy designs, and even a few wild theories about their origins, these little guys have a surprising history. So buckle up, because today we're diving into mind-blowing Minion facts you probably never knew. There are tons of Minions in the Despicable Me movies. You'd think each one has a different voice actor, right? Actually, that's not true. No matter if it's Kevin, Bob, Stuart, or any of the others, they're all voiced by one person, Pierre Coffin. He's also the co-director of the movies. And we're not talking about just a few voices for the Minions movie. Pierre Coffin gave voices to 899 different Minions. That's real dedication. How many Minions are there? Even though the Minions all look pretty similar, short, yellow, and goofy, the creators actually made hundreds of different designs. On the Despicable Me 2 poster alone, there are 400 unique Minions shown. The animators had a set of features to choose from like eye number, hairstyle, height, and body shape, and they mixed them to make each one a little different. For example, tall Minions with one eye are very rare. Not all Minions are nice. Minions usually work for villains, but they're not really evil. They just want to have fun and feel loved. But in Despicable Me 2, we meet their evil versions, the purple Minions. These purple guys were made using a dangerous serum called PX41. It turns a normal yellow Minion into a wild, destructive creature. They're super strong, can't be hurt by fire or weapons, and eat almost anything. Just like the yellow ones, though, they still love bananas. Minion language is real. Minions don't just make random noises. They actually have their own language called Minionese. It might sound like total nonsense at first, but it's a mix of real words from many different languages like English, Spanish, Italian, Korean, and Russian. For example, bapple means apple, and paratu comes from Spanish meaning for you. That's why some of their words sound kind of familiar. The cool part? If you're a true fan, you could probably learn Minionese in just one afternoon. While it's a silly-sounding language, the words can be translated if you're curious enough. Where do the Minions come from? Ever wondered what Minions really are? Were they built by an evil genius? Are they aliens? Surprisingly, no. Minions evolved naturally just like humans from a single-celled organism. Even though they love working for villains like Gru, they weren't created by one. They've been around for thousands of years, watching history happen even if their thinking is still kind of stuck in the Stone Age. In the short film Orientation Day, we even get to see how they first appeared, thanks to a mutated DNA strand. You might find this hard to believe, but the original Minion design was much scarier. The creators once thought about making them look like orcs, like the ones from Lord of the Rings or Warcraft. But that didn't feel right for a fun family movie. So the creators, including Pierre Coffin, chose a cuter idea. They made the Minions silly and clumsy to make Gru seem more lovable. After all, having a gang of goofy yellow helpers is way more charming than creepy monsters. Where did their look come from? Even if someone hasn't seen the Despicable Me movies, they probably know what a Minion looks like. They're everywhere on toys, billboards, and in ads. So where did their design come from? The team behind the movies took inspiration from other famous characters. One big influence was the Jawas from Star Wars, those small hooded creatures with glowing eyes and weird speech. They also got ideas from the Oompa Loompas in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Just like the Minions, the Oompa Loompas are loyal, funny, and always follow their leader. Minions love singing, eating, and mayhem. Minions enjoy singing and eating a lot, kind of like Jawas from Star Wars and Oompa Loompas from Willy Wonka. Imagine if all three ever met in a bar. That would be one crazy party. Why evil Minions are purple? You may have noticed that the bad Minions are purple. But why not red or black? Isn't purple a bit fancy for evil? Well, the color choice wasn't random. In Despicable Me 2, the creators used purple because it's the opposite of yellow on the color wheel. Since yellow minions are good, purple naturally became the evil version. It's a simple way for kids to understand who's good and who's bad, no confusion needed. And the idea of purple monsters actually came from Looney Tunes. Remember how Tweety Bird turned into a scary beast after drinking a potion? That helped inspire the chaotic purple minions. We already know the purple minions are nearly impossible to destroy. But did you know the yellow minions are also strangely tough? Even though they evolved naturally, not created in a lab, their weird mutation gave them space survival skills. Somehow, their bodies let them survive in the cold vacuum of space. No oxygen, no problem. So yeah, they could totally swim in freezing Arctic water or float around in space without gear. Pretty cool, right? Now we just want a prequel where they live in an evil Arctic base and maybe meet some penguins too. Now here's a weird and dark theory. Some people believe the Minions' design was inspired by real events from World War II. The theory says that Nazi scientists took Jewish children for terrible experiments, including gas testing, and made them wear big protective helmets with large glass windows. Those helmets kind of look like the Minions' big eyes. And the kids were small, like Minions, which might explain their height and childish behavior. To be clear, the creators have never confirmed this. It's likely just a disturbing fan theory. Still, it's a shocking idea, and not one many people have heard. So, which Minion fact surprised you the most? Did you know about the color choices, the space powers, the early orc designs, or that dark theory at the end? Would you like to see a Minions 2 or maybe Despicable Me 4? Let us know. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with a fellow Minion fan. Thanks for watching. And remember, bananas make everything better.